When you're born in Jefferson County, one of the first shirts bought for you is either Kentucky Blue or Louisville Red. You're not given a choice who to pull for. That's determined before you were born.
I'm so glad that my dad raised me a Kentucky fan.
Dodged a bullet there, didn't we? That's my dad, and not only did he raise me to pull for Kentucky, he also raised me to pull against Louisville. So it might surprise you that his own brother is a Louisville fan. So I guess for some people it is a choice.
Champions forever, at least till they make them take the banner down.
That's a great line. I have friends and relatives that bleed Louisville red, and they are just as passionate about their teams as I am about mine, and we hate to see each other happy. So describe your hate for Kentucky. Do you pull against them every game?
In basketball, yeah. There's definitely times where with the wife's family, they're like, hey, come over, we're gonna have a Kentucky party, and it's 2 or 3 years ago they played Kansas, I think, and it was like, man, I really don't want to come because I don't want to have to, pull for Kansas, so.
In the week leading up to the Final Four versus Louisville, I was feeling sick, physically sick.
The whole week was awful for me. I lost sleep over it, and then when the game played, I was at my brother's house, who's a Louisville fan, drove home, laced up my shoes, and went for a run with about 9 minutes to go in the game.
Just ran the rest of the game.
Ran the rest of the game. Listened to the game in my headphones. If Louisville's the one to knock us out, I swear to this day, I'd be like, I cannot believe we got beat.
And if I want to be more honest, there were times when I felt better when Louisville lost than when Kentucky won. And I know that sounds sad, but that's what this rivalry was. My second favorite team was anybody who played Louisville.
If you hang out with a bunch of Louisville fans, that makes you want them to lose more.
Those are your friends.
Yeah, they're friends. But like I said, a rivalry wouldn't be a rivalry if everybody didn't give each other some grief back and forth.
I loved it when Breaking Cardinal Rules came out. I made sure I was there and had a front row seat to that 2013 banner coming down. It brought me so much joy to see the rival brought to its knees.
We're not going off a cliff. We're going down. We're on a coaster riding down a mountain. I said, it's been slowly going this way. I don't know where the bottom is. And are we going to be able to go back up?
You almost don't really feel like, wearing your gear out in public because it's an embarrassment, man. It's not a good time. It's not fun. It's also really the kind of that was sad part of it because it's like, oh man, you suck, and it's like, heck yeah, they do.
Now I almost miss them as legitimate rivals. I think it just sucks that it feels like there's something missing. From a Kentucky fan's point of view, it feels like there's something missing. This was the game that you circled.
Might be feeling sorry or something.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. What once felt like an impossibility was becoming a reality. Sympathy was starting to kick in. I was starting to feel sorry for Louisville fans. That right there should be reason enough to fire Kenny Payne.
When we got Kenny Payne, I was like, yes, let's get Kenny Payne in here. And now it's like, what have I done? Never listen to me ever again.
Some of my friends have been calling for Kenny Payne to be gone a long time ago. Some are still wanting to see him carry through to this year and see what the win total is.
So in an effort to figure out what the hell is going on within the Louisville fan base, we talked to 2 Louisville radio personalities in the same day.
Will he be fired this week? We'll talk about that as well.
Do you feel like you're having to remind people this is a top 10 program? 4 wins is unacceptable.
Constantly. I mean, I feel like I was screaming into a void last year where you're like, I don't care if the punishment is death penalty. I don't care if you can't play on TV. Louisville basketball should never be winning 4 games.
The vibe overall from top to bottom has really just been an absolute circus. We've been in a consistent, you can't make this stuff up kind of vibe for a while now. Not only the product on the court, but just the PR goofs that have happened. I mean, it's just, again, it's an absolute circus. And I'm at therapy and I'm on the couch and you guys just listen to me lose my mind.
I used to always say there are 4 days in this area that you wake up and things just feel different. Like Christmas morning, things just feel different. And one of those days has always been the Louisville Kentucky men's basketball game. You wake up, there's just a weird mixture of all these emotions. You've got excitement, you've got anxiety, you've got hatred.
Exactly. This used to be the game that I dreaded, but it was the one I looked forward to the most.
In the past, I've had UK U of L parties, invited friends or friends and family from both groups. We'd be here and it'd be a huge rivalry and everybody's cheering for their team.
Some people got to leave the room.
Well, yeah, some people got to leave. They get pretty upset. It's kind of fun and you laugh about it years down the road.
What do you expect with the Yum Center to look like on Thursday?
Oh, it's going to be packed. It's going to be 70% Kentucky fans there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think like it'll be like 70% Kentucky fans or something crazy like that?
I would think so. Yeah, I think it'll be a blue wave.
I think Kentucky fans will probably have 75, 80% of the crowd. So that'll be something to remember, I'm sure.
You never want your rival to be good because it sucks when they are. But I didn't know there was this alternative, that they could be so bad like that you find yourself without a true rival. And that sucks. And I miss the hate.
It's hard to hate someone who's dead. Like, right? You kind of let bygones be bygones. And Louisville, the program has felt like it's been dormant for the last 3 or 4 years.
Right. I mean, it's hard to hate a team that's only won 9 of their last 46 games. Did you ever imagine a day where like Kentucky fans would be sympathetic to what Louisville is going through?
No, and not all of them are. I mean, I think we hear from a solid contingent of Kentucky fans who are like, I wouldn't wish this on any program besides Louisville.
I mean, your brother's a Louisville fan. Do you feel bad?
Yeah, gosh. To be honest, a lot of Louisville fans at work, I don't want them to be happy about their win and go around talking about, did you watch the Cards last night? I'm not pulling for Louisville, and I want them to lose as many games as they can.
Where'd you get your bachelor's degree?
U of L. Yes.
What fun is it in them losing if their fans who used to card so hard don't care?
My Louisville friends don't care as much. It's not like, oh, I'll probably turn it on or...
I think Louisville fans are so checked out. 95% of them are so checked out on Kenny Payne.
Right now, the Louisville fans that I work with and I talk to have nothing to say about their team.
Is there like a fear that there's like, that it just sticks?
Well, I can tell you this, the games don't mean as much to me anymore. It's like I'm not going to have to make time to, if I can listen to it on the radio, fine. If I'm doing something else, who cares?
If you're a Kentucky fan living in Louisville, maybe you've shared this ambivalence. I don't want Louisville to be any good, but I don't really want them to become DePaul either. You guys can't become the next Indiana.
I've always been like, Louisville basketball is sort of too big to fail. I also never thought that we could get to a point where we're going 4-28.
So will we ever learn to hate them again? Mike thinks so.
And so, yeah, I think there will be an element of the Kentucky fan base whenever Louisville gets back to being good that is like, I prefer this. This is better. This is easier. Let's let the hate flow back within us again.
If or when that day comes, I may find myself wishing that Louisville was right back in the cellar where they belong. But right now, I just miss how this game used to mean everything.